Hey Ross, we were talking a little bit off screen about once you find your style and there's really a million ways to skin the cat. I can tell you, and I have told you probably 20 ways that I make money, and you've even said to me, Matt, I don't take every trade you take. It's not because one's better than the other, but it's just some are not as comfortable for me to take as others. So walk me through a little bit how you kind of get into that comfort zone and finding out, where you want to play and where you don't want to play.
As far as, how do I figure out what kind of trades I'm looking to make, right?
Right.
I mean, like we talked about before, what kind of trade am I looking to make in context? Is this a day that I'm looking for a low to be made first that I'm trying to buy? Mm-hmm. Am I expecting a trend? Well, it's all those things are going to come into my trading plan, and then I'm going to structure my risk based on what my parameters are. Like we talked about ATR, and you talked about 5% of the account. Those are the limiting factors of the trade, and then you take the trade.
Right.
It's not getting in is not the hard part. It's planning, being ready, psychologically prepared to take the trade, to leave your resting order in for 35 minutes or 45 minutes.
Right.
And when the dome gets down and it's flashing back and forth real fast and you get filled, how are you going to handle that?
Yeah.
It's a good, the dome moving too fast.
This is a great point.
All of a sudden you're scratching.
This is a great point because I saw it today. We took on a trade. We said we're going to sell one at 1281, sell two at 1285. We ran up to just shy of 1284. We were short one. I've got members pinging me saying, why are we getting short a new high here? AD is 3-1. And my response was because that was my plan coming into the day. When we opened this morning, we were trading at 1275. We went down to 783. And I was just like, you know what? If we get to 81, that is a spot where I want to start selling. And I did. I stuck with it. At 1283, I got this, a newer member who's scared because 2 points is too much risk for him apparently. But I was very clear. I said, I'm going to sell one at 81. I'm going to sell two at 85. I'm out at 87, 88. That's my risk. So you know exactly where my risk is. I define it very well. A lot of people, like you said, if you're not comfortable with that, 6 points on one lot, that's $300. Not a big move in my book. And that could be scalable. My one could be 100 lot. It doesn't matter what my one is. The bottom line is, Ross, if you put on that trade and that trade fills, are you rushing to cover even though my stop was still up at 87, at 83, at 83 and a half? Why are you stopping? Did anything change? If the answer is no, you have to stick with the trade. You just have to stick with it. Listen, I can't.
Sometimes you get out to manage your psychological risk,
Right.
And I've done it.
Yeah.
I've gotten out of trades because I just didn't want the risk anymore.
Well, and then
it didn't do what I expected.
And we had to sit.
It didn't take me out.
And we had to sit in that trade for almost 2 hours, like you said today, for 2 hours with it pretty much against us. And then in a quick 40-minute segment, it went from 1282 to 1278. We got out or 77 it went to, and we got out not at the bottom, but we got out at 79. It's like 2 points. So all we did is take a little nibble, but that nibble was very effective. My plan is always, my goal for the day when I trade the S&Ps on a day trading basis only is set by what is you talked about a true range. I talk about an average true range in the opening half hour. That is how I set my goal for the day. Today that was 4.5 points. I took 2 points on that trade. That is a successful day when it comes to day trading the way I look at it. I took one trade and I took 2 points, 2 full, 8 ticks. And that was it. That's a good day. Again, did we make a ton of money? No, but we made a trade and we followed the plan. And that's what it all comes down to.
Just caveat, I think you'd be surprised to know what some of the biggest traders, what their average gain is per contract. My guess is that it's between 1.5 and 2.5 ES points for at least, one standard deviation.
Right.
65% of them.
Right.
They're like you. They're taking out the middle. Everybody wants to take the middle out. You know,
Yeah.
it's the ones that want to buy the high or sell the high and buy the low that are getting burnt.
Right.
Because you're just coming in to buy. You're not executing on a plan.
Right. Great point.
I mean,
look for the middle guys. Don't try to, if you're lucky nabbing a top or a bottom, that's fine, but that is not, nor will it ever be my intent in this game. And intent is half the battle, as you said, Ross. We've got, go ahead.
You got to know when it's appropriate to sell a high.
Yeah.
You know, are you trying to sell the high in a trend day up? Well, you're going to get run over.
Right.
But are you trying to sell the high of a range that's now extended out to 10 points? You know, we've hit an important level on the low. We're now coming up to an important level on the high. Okay, well, yeah, you can sell a break of the initial balance high because you know that, well, the range is out 10 points lately, and, you know, based on the open type, we're probably not going to trend all day. So that's why you're taking those fades at the high.
Right.
It's not just, it's a high, I got to fade this.
Right. Exactly. It's not a one, buy one, all in, all out all the time. Exactly. There's this is a exhale, inhale business. And when it's working, it can be a very fun business. When there is no inhale, exhale, and we are just moving one way lately, it gets a little trying and difficult. But at those times, I also know to pull the reins back and play much smaller. So, again, understand the time of your trade, the context of your trade, and I think that'll keep you at least sane during the, very random walk that we have in the markets.
At least psychologically intact.
Yes. Strengthen the 6 inches, folks. Strengthen it.
Right.